Over 70% of my predictions come true.
90% of statistics are made up.
Oh, Paul.
I made that up.
Yeah. Welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly Travel Alert. I'm Steve Glenn.
I'm Paul Glenn.
Now, Paul, you got to stay awake today.
It's a struggle today.
I'll tell you, we just got back from a week in Italy with our Simplifying Travel 2025. All of our customers, many of our coworkers and prospects. We enjoyed a great week in Italy.
It was a fun week. A lot of good adventure, a lot of memories made for sure.
And we had great programs. We had programs talking about how AI is going to affect the travel industry, the travel management business, and everything from hotel pricing to airline pricing, what's happening, what's projected to happen in the future. We got out our crystal ball.
The crystal ball, the magic ball came out.
Reminds me, this January, every January for the last 20 years, I've been putting together predictions for the coming year, and I'll do the same this January, and I've already started going through that, Paul.
Have you gotten some that have come through?
Over 70% of my predictions come true.
90% of statistics are made up.
Oh, Paul.
I made that up.
Yeah. Hey, we enjoy coming to you every week on the Weekly Travel Alert, sponsored by Executive Travel. You can find us on the web at executivetravel.com. Paul, where do you find us on YouTube?
Just got to spell out Executive Travel, and all, 102, 103 podcasts will pop up. So you can go get some. Some are useful every time before you go on a trip.
Hey, we had a good friend, Tony Arnold, with Brown Bacon AI, join us up in Italy and did some presentations on artificial intelligence and all the programs that we have for our customers. And he watches a lot of those. He said, I enjoy that.
Yeah.
He says, this is what I've learned from your podcast.
I think Tony's an eternal learner. I think he has so much knowledge about things that most of us would never have any use for, but it also makes him fun to chat with.
Yeah, and he's been a partner with us. So please, if you need Executive Travel, you can find us at 1212 O Street. You can also check out our phone number, 402-435-8888. Today, we've got a lot to be thankful for, don't we, Paul?
Always.
So I thought I'd put together the 10 things you need to know before flying this Thanksgiving. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to write these down because these are some of the things people don't think about and they should take advantage of.
They don't actually have to write it down because they could just go back and rewatch the podcast.
Watch the podcast or read the Weekly Travel Alert.
Or read the Weekly Travel Alert.
Hey, our Weekly Travel Alert started over 30 years ago. I started sending out faxes, and then we came up with, obviously, emails. Now we have 100,000 emails that go out on a Tuesday at about 10:30 in the morning, and here's what they read. You ready to go?
Let's do it.
Here are the 10 things we want travelers to be aware of before they head to the airport this Thanksgiving. Number 1, this might be the year to take an Uber or ask a friend to take you to the airport because all the parking lots are going to be full. And number 2 is it's darned expensive.
Yeah, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, the cost of parking and just the hassle factor. So it doesn't take, if you're doing a handful of days at $25 a day, if you don't live too far from that airport, that taxi or that Uber might be the cheaper solution for you.
You bet. We're seeing people now that they get these super duper $59 flights somewhere. They may pay more for the airport parking than their airline tickets if they're gone a week or so. So think about that this year. Might look at an Uber, ask a friend to take you to the airport, and best part is pick you back up. We even looked at how to rent a car from like Lincoln to Omaha with Enterprise, where they pick you up, you take your car directly to the airport,
and drop it off.
Kind of a cool deal.
Yep.
Okay. Number 2, arrive early, very early, with the record passenger volumes. Hey, TSA is predicting you're going to have amazing travel on Tuesday and Wednesday. And, of course, Sunday after Thanksgiving, Paul, as we all know, is the most heavily traveled day of the year.
Everybody's got to get back to work.
Everybody's getting back to work. So all the planes, especially in the afternoon on Sunday, oh, my gosh, it's crazy. So arrive early. The lines are going to be long. the TSA. Thank goodness they resolved the budget mess.
Yeah,
right?
no kidding. TSA's back. They're getting paid, so they hopefully will be in a better mood than when they were having to work without pay.
That's right.
And I think another thing with that is go in with the right attitude.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's a big deal. Ryan and I were chatting about it before you came in this morning about, they're having a rough day too. Everybody that's working at the airport, TSA, the gate agents, because there's going to be stress somewhere in the system. So just go in there, be thankful, be appreciative that they're there working so that you can travel to go see your loved ones.
This is brought about. Ryan and I are working on a whole new program. I might as well tell about it now.
It's coming.
It's coming.
You've already.
Hey, we've called it the 3 napkin program for this Thanksgiving and the holidays. We're asking all of our friends that are traveling during the holidays to take 3 napkins to the airport and write a little thank you note to the airline counter, the TSA rep, maybe your hotel or car rental. And on that napkin, just basically say thank you for allowing us to be with our families on Thanksgiving, and you've basically been away from your families on Thanksgiving to serve us. Yeah. So we think the napkin represents the Thanksgiving table, which is a perfect tie-in to people. We're basically saying we can be with our family. You've allowed that because you're away from your family. So that's the 3 napkin program we're going to be launching to the press and the industry here this week. So with that, number 3, some airports are holiday delay magnets. And if you know these, Paul, Newark, San Francisco, San Diego, Dallas, Denver, and Chicago, these are really congested. So if you've got a longer layover, that's actually a good thing.
It's a good thing this time of year.
You're probably, because if you miss a connection, you're in total mess because these airplanes are all full.
And we're going into the cooler weather, and I don't know what was the cause of it yesterday, but, I was going from Chicago. We flew in. We had to go from Terminal 5 to Terminal 2, and the trains weren't working.
Yeah.
So
I could have walked, Paul. I could have walked.
I ended up having to get off. It stopped and just sat at Terminal 3. I had to get out, cross the street, walk over to Terminal 2. And it was chilly.
All right. Hey, number 4, the system is stable but still fragile. FAA staffing is improvements are coming, but the system's operating at full capacity. So once again, as you say, Paul, come prepared with a kind of an attitude, realizing it could be messy.
It takes patience anymore to travel.
Yeah. All right, number 5. This is one of my favorites. Use your phone camera aggressively when you travel, and I put down some tips here. Take a photo of your parking spot so you remember where your trip began, especially like I always park in the same spot at budget parking, but during Thanksgiving, it's not available.
You'll be on the opposite end.
I got to park on the other end, so I don't remember that when I leave. Okay, so take a picture of your parking spot, and also you can write that down, parking spot 223 in section E or whatever you'd like to do. Number 2, take a picture of the baggage claim receipt so you won't lose it. So if you check in baggage, I always have that receipt that comes out of my pocket for some reason, so I take a picture of it. I don't worry about it. Number 3, take a quick video of the exterior of your rental car, because if there's nicks or dents in it, and you bring it back and they say, hey, there's a nick or dent, and you know you didn't put it in there, if you have that video, you're protected.
Also do the same thing with your luggage. Take photos so that way if your bags get lost or damaged, you can easily show the representatives what your bags entailed.
Yeah,
you skipped that one.
Yeah, I skipped that. Hey, and then here's the most important. Take a picture of your family around the Thanksgiving table to remind yourself how blessed you are and why every bit of the holiday travel hassle was worth it. And I think we sometimes forget the whole surrounding of Thanksgiving is to be an attitude of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
All right. So that's how to use your camera. Number 6 on this week's edition of the Weekly Travel Alert are the 10 things you want to remember before you head to the airport for Thanksgiving. Expect full flights and crowded overhead bins. Assume the carry-on may be gate checked, because once they get the full, even though they have overhead bins, they may say, sorry, we're out of room, especially if you're in your boarding zone 5
I
or
would
6.
say a lot of times you'll hear boarding zones 4 and 5 have to gate check their bags. So that's been becoming more common.
Number 7, Thanksgiving food has TSA rules. I read this. I thought this was pretty good. The TSA puts it, if you can spill it, spread it, spray it, pump it, or pour it, and it's over 3.4 ounces, it belongs in checked baggage. So basically that means your gravy, your cranberry sauce, your wine, your jams, and many canned goods must be checked. Solid foods, turkey, ham, pies, cookies, stuffing, and even those pumpkin pies. Now, how do you carry a pumpkin pie? I've never put that in my luggage.
I'm not going to the airport with any of the above.
I can imagine what it'll look like when you get there.
You got a turkey
I
in your
brought
carry-on?
the pumpkin pie.
I got the turkey.
It's a blob. Okay, number 8. Rely on the right travel apps. Make sure your airline app is downloaded. Paul, I think anymore when you travel, you need to do that.
You got to have it updated too.
Yeah.
Make sure it's the most current update,
bet.
especially if you're going to use it on the plane.
Yeah, and you got to usually have your credit card entered into it if you're going to buy anything.
You know, on the plane that we've traveled from Chicago to Lincoln yesterday, they had the new Wi-Fi.
Whoa.
That was great.
Starlink.
It was
free.
fast. It was free. It was great.
That's the future.
And I was able to
2026.
do the update on the app while I was on the plane, which historically you couldn't
can't
do that.
it.
So,
Yeah. Okay, and then there's another great app. My TSA is a great app. And I came up with a new one, Paul, that I was reading about. It's called Flightly, and it shows you more accurately when the airlines kind of don't tell you the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to tell you we're going to be delayed for 50 minutes. Flightly tells you it kind of goes behind the scenes and tells you what the airlines won't tell you.
Sure.
So it will tell you realistically, hey, that flight's being delayed. The airline hasn't notified you yet, but it's an hour late. You're not going to get by in less than an hour late. So it's a really good Flightly. That's FLIGHTLY. All right, number 9. If you book through Executive Travel, remember, we've got your back 24/7. Paul, tell us about our after-hours service.
yeah, we use, depending upon what's going on in the world, sometimes we'll have our team stay and cover. I know we did this last week while we had our whole crew traveling over to Italy. We pulled the team in to flight monitor to make sure that with the TSA being shut down that weekend, or having their issues that weekend, that we didn't have people getting caught up in things. But, if it's just general operations, nothing major, we do have a third party that we utilize that's available 24/7, and they're there to take the calls. And if there's something that they need assistance with, we've always got people on duty from the team as well.
Watching it. So, if whenever you get a snowstorm or something, you can be on hold with an airline for 3 hours, 4 hours. We had somebody on hold 5 hours once with the airlines, and they called us, and 20 seconds later they were talking to a real live human being. And so what are our call routines during the business hours? How fast do we try to answer a call?
Our goal is to answer every call with a live person in less than 15 seconds, and we have been averaging about 9 seconds.
That's pretty, and the key is with a real person.
This
isn't AI. This is a real person. Hey, number 10, avoid public USB charging stations because the cyber experts are saying there's a lot of bad guys trying to get your data. So we recommend that you bring your own charging brick or charging battery back up to do that. And then a final thought, and this is a heartfelt thought from us, and this is one of the busiest travel weeks of the year. The 2 best things you can bring with you are, number 1, patience. Okay. Everything is full. The kids are crying. People that have never flown will be flying.
There are a lot of once-a-year travelers that
Right.
come out during the holiday season, whether Thanksgiving or Christmas.
The second thing is a smile with an attitude of thanksgiving. Remember, the people serving you in airports, on airplanes, and in the hotels are giving up their time with their families so they can take care of you and yours. A little kindness, a little gratitude go a very long way, especially during the holidays. And I'm reminded we have hashtag Snurley here with us, recording this podcast, and he gave a great example. We were in Rome trying to bring back some oversized
Big
luggage,
canisters,
gigantic luggage, and the people said, no, you can't do this. And he just smiled and with a very positive attitude said, well, thank you for your consideration. And they said, you've been so nice to work with. They actually said yes.
Yeah.
And they said, we're going to say yes because you were nice about it. So think about it. These people are yelled at, cursed at, and they don't control any of this stuff. So if you take an attitude of thanksgiving with a smile and with patience, as they say, you'll catch more with what? A carrot than a stick? And we'd encourage you that this Thanksgiving, on behalf of Executive Travel, the whole team here, we also are very thankful for you, our friends, our family. And when we sit around the Thanksgiving table this Thanksgiving, the Glenn family is going to be very thankful, aren't we?
We always are.
You bet. So we would like to thank you for your time today. I'm Steve Glenn.
And I'm Paul Glenn. Please like, subscribe, share, and add any comments or feedback on topics that would be of interest for future episodes. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.